So now that you've done 1 point perspective, I want you to show you 2 point perspective. The difference between 1 point and 2 point is that with 2 point perspective, we mostly see the corner of a box or the corner of a building. This is what it should look like, generally. So there's my box, and I've got 1 point and 2 point. 2 point perspective. 1 vanishing point, 2 vanishing points. And the way that I can identify if it's 2 point is that I mostly see I mostly see a corner here. So it like an open book. Think about it like that. Okay. So again, I'm drawing a box. That box should be mostly a corner. Mostly a corner. So 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective. That's the big difference there. So I want you to start just by sketching the box. Sketch nice and light, again using an H pencil, so it's really easy to make changes if you make a mistake. Just start by sketching the box, don't worry about all the rules. So once you've got that, what I want you to do is measure. And some tips that I have for measuring, again, if you're measuring using your pencil, I want you to take the longest measurement. But some tips about that is I don't want you to push forward when you're actually measuring the real box. I want you to imagine, and this is looking at the real box, that these lines go up and down. And when you measure, I want you to measure edge to edge, corner to corner, like this, and then bring it over so you can see which one's longer and so on. Don't measure on the diagonal. You're not going to get accurate translation from 3-dimensional object to 2-dimensional object. Another tip that I use is I look at this point and I look at the back point and I ask myself, imagining these going up and down, where's the back point in relation to the front corner? Okay, well, I see it to the left there and I see this one to the right. Is that actually what's happening in real life? So that's another way that I find out if that's working. The next thing I want you to do is actually go in and find your vanishing points. So I follow this line here, I follow this line here, and I follow this one. Now for some reason people really struggle to make the connection. I'm gonna get my eraser. I'm gonna erase all these guidelines so it's less confusing. For some reason, a lot of people struggle to make the connection from starting here, and then jumping all the way over here. That just seems very far away. And I want you to just take these lines and follow them. Let's use a ruler so that you can project. So 1. Eventually these lines are going to converge, but most likely they will converge off the page if you're drawing from a still life. If you're drawing an illustration or the whole scene of a cityscape, the vanishing point may fall on the page. Okay, so that's my first one. Make sure this is still centered. My next line, I start here on this line, 1, 2, and then I'm going to jump all the way over here, to my third edge, and eventually those will converge as well. So again, start here and move here. Use the lines that are actually there, and you should be good. Now, what do people do that to mess up? I see a lot of 2-point perspective boxes that look like this. So that looks great, and then I see this. And it looks more like a house, right? Or a pyramid. Where did it go wrong? This is a really common thing. So what happened was the artist knew how to do these ones. That was obvious. Okay, my drawing wasn't great here, but let's correct that. Bringing that to the vanishing point. And then where do things go astray? They don't know where to finish. So of course, what I need to do to correct is I follow this edge, or whichever edge I feel is the most correct based on the actual still life I'm drawing, and correct it to match so that eventually they will converge. So that was the first line I needed to fix. I've got this, and I've got that, which is totally drawn terribly. Let's correct that. So this is another great reason to use a ruler. Better. And then there we go. So those are my old incorrect lines. These are my new ones. Makes much more sense now. So that is the main mistake that I see a lot of people making with 2-point perspective. Make sure that you measure side to side. That's going to really help you to get everything looking great. I hope that helps